All right. How about now? Test, test, test. Are we on there? Check, check, check. Audio, check, check, check. Audio test. Boop, 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 boop. Mm-hmm. I'm concentrating somewhat fierce. Okay. I am needing to think really hard with my face. Big Stretch says we've got audio. Okay. I have an idea of what that was. Okay, sorry about that, Doodlebugs. Welcome to the Sip and Sketch. I am needing to think really hard with my face. Okay, I can't even type. I can't. My fingers don't work. My face doesn't work. My voice doesn't work. We're here. Hi, Tatiana. Welcome. Ah, good to see you. Hello, my Canadian girlfriend. You're the fun one. Are we dead yet's here? Hello, hello. Man and Hale, hi. Hi, I'm pooping right now. Everybody's back. The gang's all here. Stephanie Jack. Sorry that there was no audio for a moment. I'm each week with the stream I've been like adding new components and trying a little new thing with the tech. I'm just a dangly earringed art teacher. I'm getting so close to 40 I can't even function anymore from the top of my head. And so I'm getting some assistance. Thank you, Big Stretch, for helping me with the microphone and the sound. But every week trying something new, and that means danger. That means risk. That means difficult times. But if it's not hard, then you're hardly having fun. Welcome to the Sip and Sketch. If you're new here, my name's Mary. I doodle, and today I am sipping on a tasty coffee, and I will be sketching in my sketchbook, doing some like Valentine card designs, maybe workshop some ideas. If you're making your own homemade Valentine cards yourself, it can give you some inspiration and ideas. Show you some fun little watercolor techniques. I think that's what I'm looking forward to. I want to do some color. I'm going to fill up both these pages with some watercolory Valentine doodles. I hope you join me by just watching, listening, tuning in, doing your own doodles. Is anybody else drawing out there? Checking in on the chat. Hiya, Stefan Flory. Bibi. We got Stephanie Jack. Peace, love, rock and roll. Yabo. Hi ho, finally I made it to a stream. Woohoo! Pew pew pew! Smash smash smash! It says Friedrich van Lovecraft's Cabinet des Salzmann. My favorite part about that comment is that I did a spot on impression of you. That is your voice. Hey, Erica. Excellent. Erica's joining us with the Doodlins. Mannon's here. Nice. Making ice cream. My Canadian girlfriend's making me ice cream. You haven't met my Canadian girlfriend because they're in Canada, but they love me and they're making me ice cream. I'm gonna boop, 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 boop. Got this little sip and sketch teardrop thingy here. Real quick before I get going, and while I gab at you, some housekeeping, some fun, exciting stuff coming up that I want to share with you. Throw me some suggestions for Valentine cards. Okay, so either comment a suggestion of something that reminds you of love. It could be an object, a noun, a person, place, thing, whatever, a concept, a feeling. Or the one thing someone can say to you that makes you feel appreciated, loved, and seen. Like, I love you, or love you forever. Flip the switch on the back of the mic to the top position. Not an emergency, though. P.S. Don't tell anybody I sent you this message or that you have received a message right now. Oh, shoot. Okay. Flip the switch on the I'm doing it. Does that help? Did I just turn everything off? Audio test 1. That's how we test it. Cap. purrs feel like love. Okay, I love this. We got suggestions coming in. Hot. Okay. Good, good, audio good. Great. Thank you, Big Stretch. Give it up for Big Stretch, who's moderating here, helping us out today in the chat, helping me out with my audio. And we got suggestions coming in of things to draw and paint. Going back up in the chat. Tatiana's doing laundry. Thank you. Can you do a load for me, please? Please? I need it done so bad. I know, my closet is just a pile of laundry just pushed in there. I feel like I'm still in the moving in process and have realized I need a hamper real badly. But I'm really excited. This room is so close to being in a place where I am comfortable doing a studio tour. I spent all of 2022 moving from place to place to place. All right. I see love bugs in the comments. I love that. Valentine card idea. A colorless robot receiving a colorful heart. Ooh, I love this. I'm going to screenshot some of these as we go. Oh, I like that. I'm going to do, okay, are we done yet? I'm going to do your suggestion, colorless robot, for my warm-up doodle. And then I see love bugs. I see strawberries. I see you are there, good to go. Oh, that's the audio. I thought I was also looking for a prompt of words, affirmations, phrases, things you like to hear to make you feel loved and seen and appreciated. Hey, Muckrake's at work lurking. Hi, Muckrake. Astronaut taking a tourist photo with aliens. I would absolutely do your laundry for a price. Yes! I will pay you in Arrow Pets, which is a high price. She does not like getting pets from just anybody, so there's probably going to be like a meet and greet moment where you sniff each other and go slow and easy. She's all about the consensual pets. My dog does not want strangers touching her. If she doesn't know you, she's not into it. Even if she does know you, it needs to be communicated. Oh, we got a hum. The magic lamp is not on. Okay, I'm going to unplug my laptop for a sec. What happened? That happened. Okay. What if I move the microphone away from the light? I'm going to do that. Just doing tiny little last minute adjustments. What did just dim? Did something dim? Welcome to another episode of Mary's Trying to Figure It Out. If there's an audio hum that's annoying you, please let me know. And yeah, we love consent. Ooh, I love, I'm just grabbing from the chat things that I'm gonna use for suggestions. Okay, and I know it wasn't intentional, but I like Tatiana's, I would absolutely do your laundry. And so I'm gonna first I'm gonna do a little warm-up doodle, and then I will make us a Valentine card. So our warm-up is gonna go on, this side. Boop, 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 boop. Where's my thing? So I can zoom in. Doo-doo. All right. There we are. Welcome to Elder Millennial Figures Out Technology again. So I for the warm-up doodle, I want to take the suggestion of a colorless robot receiving a colorful heart. I'm going to do it on this upper part here. I want to try to get a little closer. We could do it. Ooh, so close. Ew. Do, 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 do. Just do a focus check there. I think that's good. Enough. All right. Sorry, back to the chat. I got 1,800 windows open right now. Hey, Nicole from Ontario. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you for joining. I hope you're staying warm. All right, I'm going to begin with a little watercolor wash right here. I'm going to start with the heart on this side. And oh yeah, I was going to share with you some exciting stuff that we got coming up. Well, first and foremost, I have new merch in the shop because these technical difficulties don't come for free. If you want to get some new stuff like this little sip and sketch teardrop on a hat, I have beanies now. This is the first time I'm doing hats. I've got some new t-shirt designs. I got a hug monster up in there. And yeah, so you can check out it's my spring shop that should be appearing on your YouTube browser beneath this window. Otherwise, Big Stretch might throw that in the chat, a link to it. And I'll be sharing links throughout the week. So putting together some fresh new merch. And I was kind of thinking it would be fun to do like every season, pick a new sip and sketch design, like do a design together. My coffee's sitting right in front of me and it's just way too tempting to put it there. So I'm going to put it on the coaster. I'm going to put it right there. There. That way it's in frame. I'm not going to accidentally try to dip my pen in it, my brush. Hey. It's 27 below. Is that Fahrenheit or Celsius? Please tell. I'm sorry, I have to ask. I don't mean to bother you, but is that Celsius? Because, wait, that would be really rough, right? Right? There's like 27 below Celsius, like, it's summer. We don't get educated here. I'm sorry. I make pictures for a living. Don't expect more. I'm an American who makes pictures for a living. I have to ask dumb questions. I'm not equipped for this world. All right, I'm just going to workshop this heart while it's still wet. Oh yeah, and tell you all about the merch. So I got some new designs. Yeah, and thinking of putting together like designs that everybody like picks, or like we do like a live stream where we do something together. And then I will be having some original paintings up in my shop coming up this weekend. There's some older ones, there's some newish ones that I made last fall, and those will be available. And I'd love to get them going and make some room for some brand new paintings I will be doing for Art Walk this spring, which is a live event. It's here in Los Angeles, in downtown LA, at the Brewery Art Center. The brewery is like I think it was like Pabst Blue Ribbon or something. It was like one of those big beer companies, but that was it was a factory for ages. They brewed beer. That closed down, and now artists live there. They converted the whole place into artists' lofts. So it's a live-in, work-in space. And twice a year, the brewery opens up its doors for the public to come see the artists exhibit their own work out of their spaces. So I will be exhibiting with my good friends at Z-Frame. Once more, I was there this past fall. It was amazing, and I'll be doing it again this spring. That's going to be going on April 29th and 30th, and I know like people are all around the world, but if you happen to be in Los Angeles in April 29th and the 30th, I'll be showing my stuff live at an event, and I think I'll be doing some live painting this time as well. Last fall I was doing murals. I kind of want to do that again and work real big, because usually I'm doing tiny sketchbook stuff like this. So yeah, that's the big exciting thing, but I'm wanting to move and like clear out some stuff to make space for that. So I'm going to be putting some original paintings up in my shop. If you want to collect something or decorate your home, decorate your walls, gift your friends. Look at that heart. I'm just packing in some colors on the outlines here. Actually, I want to add a little more dimension to the center. I don't know if this is a terrible... I was going to add something to the middle. You know what? Nope. I'm gonna give like a little blue. Ooh, I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna do a little risky blue here. And while the edges are still wet, I'm just kind of loading up my brush with water and paint. I'm gonna drop that in, and the paper's still a little wet here, so it's slowly dispersing. This is the fun part when you time lapse it. And you can see the bleed happen a little more aggressively. Throw down just a little bit of water here. That's going to push out the pigment in the ways that I want it to. There. Just gentle manipulation, but ultimately you're letting it paint itself. Okay, 27 below is about 17 below Fahrenheit. That's pretty cold. It's 39 in Madrid. That is chilly. No, 39 is really chilly. It's in that like mystery chill zone between there could be snow on the ground or like it's a bright sunny day. And I think those are the most cold days. Like those can be colder than 17 or below 0 Fahrenheit. I think growing up in Minnesota, I think like when you have like the potential for snow, it makes the cold a little more acceptable. If there's snow on the ground, I'm not as sad about it. Okay, I have no pens near me. Oh no, wait, I do. Scratch that. I have my nibs here. I want to do the robot in pen outline. But you need a man to open this tin. Nope, I can do this myself. Hang on. Okay, yes. We don't have a pen today, so I'm just going to use this liner brush, and I'm going to sketch with some of these black paints. Actually, I don't use black all that often, so this will be good. This will be very good. Do not help me. Do not help me open the tin. I hear you out there. Do not come help me open the tin. We don't need it. Is anyone else feeling in love with much of the world at the moment? I say much of the world because there's some unlovable bits. Yeah, absolutely. We were talking about Short Round being nominated for an Oscar. I forget the actor's name. That's good. That's a turning point. Let's see. I'll do a robot. Yeah, what are we in love with that's happening in the world? Or in your life? Your lives. All right. Oh, this is actually fun. Sketching with like... Oh, this is so fun. Okay, this is why we lean into the oops, there's no pens. Because sketching with a liner brush can be way more fun, especially because it's a robot. I'm gonna make it like real big. You know me. I tend to go like real tight and tiny. I have to keep reminding myself to open it up. Get loose with it. I love this. And it's a sketch. It's a sketch in a sketchbook. It doesn't need to be perfect. And do some hatching effects there. Yeah, this is watercolor. but it's black, so it kind of has an inky look to it. There's this little robot neck, a neck joint. And I am going to get in here real tight, create a little shiny detail. It's one of those robots with like the knob that the head is balancing on. There we go. Ah, yeah. It's got a little boxy head. Hey, Dino. Hello. Yay, the move is happening. Congratulations. That's exciting. You're going to love it. I love moving. It's such an opportunity to I'm still going through my things, but yeah, just like going through your stuff, getting rid of things, getting new things, trying new arrangements of the room. I'm a room rearranger. I like to refresh spaces often. All right. I'm just going to give him little eyes. Big old robot eyes. And we'll work on this other one here. Oh my. I want him to have like a very, surprised look on his little robot face. Maybe he's got a tiny mouth screen. I don't know. Robot mouth. He's got robot mouth. Ooh. Oscar, hey. Oscar says, glad to find you live streaming. Years ago, I made a video about your influences. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to think. I'm wondering, maybe that was a video that was on my second channel. But I think the book you're referencing is Edward Gorey. Or it was an art book by Edward Gorey. The artist is Edward Gorey. It's very like macabre sometimes. Detailed little line work, lots of hatching, lots of shading with pen. Absolutely an influence of mine. Little heart panel. I feel like anytime I make robots, there's a little panel on the chest where their heart goes. That's how you get in. And he's just gonna have his like robot arms going up. Like, woo! A heart for me? What? What? I give him the arms that has like, I feel like these little ridges imply like it's the snaky tubey design, so the arms can be a little more like ropes, like little flexible tubes. There. He's so excited. I got my brush cleaner here because I'm being very good today. And because my rinsing water is so dirty, I did not replace that. All right, we might have some muddy water today. Ta-da! It's a robot receiving a heart. That's our warm-up doodle for today. Dina's excited about the move. That's going to be amazing. Congratulations. Cheers, Dino. We're all wishing you good luck with the move, and may it be a leveling up event of your life. Oh, thanks, Mike. I mean, sketches don't have to be finished. Most of my sketchbooks, I would say, are absolutely unfinished. It's just ideas, it's thoughts, it's blips, it's blurbs, it's concepts. Good to know sentient AI is in love. Even AI needs love because it was designed by humans, and so it will always have some like touch of humanity in it and like some of our idiosyncrasies locked within the coding because it is made in our image. The brush that I am using, this particular one is from Royal and Langnickel. Here. I'm going to type the brush in. I've been meaning to create a blog post that's like all my art supplies that I use like all the time consistently. So I just have like one place to point to, like anything you're looking for, it's right there, and it would have pictures and whatnot. What is it? Royal and Lang. A little bit of Lang. It's just a little Lang. Mini Majestic. Okay. Mini Majestic. That is my liner brush. And we love each other. Ah, boo, boo, boo. I think so. Yeah, I think Edward Gorey, that is Edward Gorey's art. I know exactly what PBS show you're talking about. Are We Dead Yet? Oh, yeah, when those art supplies get unpacked, you're going to be painting. Nice. Cheers. Enjoy your wine. I'm going to enjoy making a little Valentine card right here. And I was going to do that based on some of our suggestions we got earlier. I took screenshots because I liked them. I liked them a lot. Yes, love bugs. Man and Hale suggested love bugs. And Tatiana did not suggest this for a card, but did at one point write, I would absolutely do your laundry. So I'm going to make a Valentine card featuring love bugs with the common phrase, I would absolutely do your laundry, which is what you say to those you love the most. Okay. It's a Valentine card, so and this is a sketchbook, so we're just going to do a prototype for a card. I think this pen is done. Do you think this pen is done? Is it absolutely gone? This should be a really thick pen. I think we're watching something die in front of us right now. Is this insensitive to be streaming a pen while it dies? Is this what gets me canceled? I think it's done. It dead. Doing laundry is true romance. Absolutely. It says recap after use on the side, but I don't think that's going to happen. I might call it. You're a good pen. Pen. Pen what is survived by 5 other uni-pin fine liner pens that came in the pen packet. 01, 03, 05, 0.5, and the brush pen. 08 pen was the thickest of the liner pens. Solid foundation, though could not do detail very well. 08 was a committed pen, a family pen, a pen pen. Pen, 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 pen. And now his pen has pended. Pen, pen. Pen, 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 pen. Pen, 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 pen. Pen, 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 pen. Pen, pen. I missed. Death is just the beginning. Let's begin this sketch. Okay. So this is a Valentine card. Oh no, it's a two-page spread. It is how I illustrated it. We'll work on that. Okay. Love bugs. Let's just start with making bugs. I'm gonna do a bug over here, and again, sketchbook mode. So we're gonna be real sketchy about this. Quick and sketchy. Ooh, I like, I grabbed yellow because when I don't know where to begin, I start just mashing this color. Because whatever you do with it, you can kind of work around if the idea shifts and changes. So I was like, oh, bug, I'll do the body of a bug. I'm doing it in yellow. Yellow, among all the colors, this one tends to be the weakest, I think, with watercolor. Because watercolor is a transparent medium. So when you mix it, the lighter colors get stamped down by the darker colors. So yeah, yellow's the weakest one. You can paint over it very easily, which is awesome because it can give like this undertone. And I just like the look of this real bright, I think this is cadmium yellow, an undertone like that. And you can work it into just about whatever you want. Okay, so this little illustration of these love bugs. I don't want them really floating in a void too much, so I'm just going to throw down some of this. It's a more, I think it's like ochre yellow. This is a more traditional yellow. This is like your classic fine art yellow. You can kind of, I hope I got it color corrected enough so you can see a bit of the difference. This one's just more, it's got a fluorescent edge. She might be reborn as a Copic marker. I hope so. May you come back, Copic. May you come back, copacetic. All right. I'm feeling like these would be like little glowy bugs with glowy butts. Glowy Deschanel. I'm going to move on to greens because I don't use a whole lot of greens lately. Let's hop in there. Boop, boop, boop. We'll do the torso and then little heads like that. They're the same species. Because it's a Valentine card, and I'm sorry, but it would be gross if they were different. Big stretch. Mwah! Thank you for the super chat, love. Pew, pew. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For a new pen. What kind of pen do I get, guys? Oh, I'm so excited. I don't know if I'm ready for a new pen. I'm still getting over the old pen. I know. It's been... I don't know, I didn't check the timestamp, but, you know, maybe by the end of the stream, I'll be into a new pen. I don't know. I'll know when I see it. I don't think I could ever have another pen again, to be honest. That was the one pen. Do you believe in pen after pen after pen after pen after pen? I believe a pen. Pen, 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 and tell her. Thank you for the super chat. Super chats always appreciated, dear Doodlebugs. It helps now more than ever to keep the lights on, to keep the pens flowing, to keep the ink flipping, and yeah. I also don't take bribes, but if a suggestion appears in the super chat, I'll probably draw it, or at the very least, I'll sing it. Today, for you, this one-time offer only. I've done this almost too often before. I lean on this too much, but I'll never again do it after this. But if you super chat me anything, I will sing it. I also have a Venmo at Mary Doodles, and there's some fresh, hot new merch in my spring store for you to spring on. Spring. And again, coming up this weekend, I'm going to be doing a little art drop with some of my bits. Some of my originals are going to be available to sale. And I'm planning on keeping them up. They'll probably be up for a month, and whatever doesn't get sold may get folded into a collection for Art Walk. So this is sort of like, for that kind of stuff, like, before it goes up at Art Walk, I want Doodlebugs Online to get a claim at it first. Yeah. So that's gonna be fun. And Art Walk, your friendly reminder. I'm gonna be talking about it a lot because I'm excited. We had such a good time last time, and it was my first time doing like a live art event of that caliber, and my first live event since the pandemic. So yeah, I think I was like still trying to figure it out and get used to it all. But now I got my sea legs back. Back. Oh no, man, these bugs, they're looking a little bit like aliens. I'm not gonna lie. That's the butts. Markers are masculine. Uh-oh. This conversation again. Pens are feminine in Italian. Wait. Pens are feminine and markers are masculine. Okay, that makes sense. I guess. Wings. Let's give them some wangs. Painting wangs. There's one wang. There's another. Lovely. Wang number 1. Wang number 2. I am realizing I need to study insect anatomies a little more. Here's some nude insect models. Just have some hot young insects all over my studio that I'm painting. Maybe for Art Walk, my main exhibit will be a collection of insect nudes. Provocatively posed insects. We'll see how that goes. That is a good question. How do you say pen in Italian? Pentinx? Pentins? Yeah, they are kind of alien. I feel like at this point we all understand insects are aliens, right? They are the invasion that's already happened. Oh yeah, and they're love bugs. So here we go. Maybe they're called love bugs because they have like, they're sort of like lightning bugs, but just the shape of their glow has a little bit more of a heart shape. Oh yeah, I like that. I like that. Okay. Fold that into the green. I want the green to kind of have a more fuzzy texture there. I know. My perfectly crisp line. My empire. Everything is ruined. Okay. Okay, now I think we fixed it. I think it's good. Still got that cyanide capsule though, just in case. Just in case this sketch doesn't turn out. I keep a cyanide capsule in my back molar. The minute any one of these sketches goes south, I can spare myself the indignity. Art! Alright. Good enough. I think we've hit the good enough mark for that one. Let's do the next guy. Do do do. Do-do-do-do, do-do, ba-ba-boop, ba-da-ba. Oh, has anybody seen Avatar 2? Who all has seen Avatar 2? I have seen Avatar 2. We have been complaining about Avatar 2 ever since last Sunday. Every day I find a new thing about that movie that bothers me. And fun fact, full confession, it is my first Avatar movie. I have not seen the first one. I wanted to go in. I went, with Big Stretch, with Dan, and we watched it. He's seen the first. I have not. I got a little filled in on some stuff, like basic concepts. I couldn't get over it. It felt like, on the one hand, it has like it's like a family movie, but then it's like the cats, like, is it a sex thing? I didn't quite get it. Thank you, Erica, for the super chat, love. Could you draw a narcissistic creature in love with itself? Cat, human, or any other animal of your choice? Yes. Yes, I can. So here's a portrait of James Cameron. No. I know, it felt weird. It felt like, as I was watching Avatar 2, I could not help but be caught in a flashback from a time when I was in college and I met a man. I met a very grown man. He may have been my age at that time, but I was in college, so he might as well have been the old lady on the Titanic. And he was telling me about his screenplay, almost as if he was desperate for these film students to make his dream project happen because nobody else would touch it. And the project, as he described it, in hindsight, is very much like Avatar. The people, the creatures he described in it were very much like the Na'vi. So it's interesting. I can't help but watch Avatar and think of this guy and this terrible, awful screenplay he had. And even to this day, I don't know, is this a sex thing? Is it like... are these, it's not furries because it's very short hair. And he was also one of those insufferable people who he would never make any changes to his screenplay ever. No, he had it locked in as soon as he wrote it, and if no one could see his vision his way, then they don't get it. So this is a portrait of that guy. Ooh, haha. We've got a thing. To draw a narcissistic creature in love with herself. It's gonna be in love with herself. Yeah, I can do that. I'm gonna take a break from the love bugs because they need a little time to dry to do what I want done to them. So in the meantime, we're gonna take a break. So this is the back of the creature's head. And it's got some ears. It's got some ears. It's got some ears. Oh yeah. He has got some ears. Ooh, I know. It's gonna be like a cat. It's gonna be a cat, but like a loaf cat. Oh, you know what? I was gonna do a cat looking in the mirror and loving itself. And that's good. That's a good idea. That's a good first draft idea. I've also been like hate watching Ink Master a lot. I've been binging that while working, and they recently on one episode were doing tattoos that were all like reflection based. So I think I just have the iconography of someone looking at themselves in the mirror locked in my head. So good first draft. But instead of going A to B, let's go A to C. Cat's not looking in the mirror. Cat is laying here in repose on its side. It's a blue cat, as you can see. It's a beautiful blue cat. I'm going to say on the wall behind it, there's going to be a portrait of itself. A big ol' nearly life-size portrait. It may be bigger than the cat, actually. Uh-oh. Here we go. We gotta lock in the ears, though. This is where it gets a little tricky. It's tricky, 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 tricky. It's gonna be a portrait of this cat. I really like this. This is a the sketchbook is a watercolor paper, I think. I believe, yeah. So it's holding the water really nicely. I think like watercolor paper, it like takes a moment for the water to fully absorb, so it gives you like a little wiggle room to shade and add things. So while this pool is still wet, I like to just tap the edges to drop a little more pigment down, and then that can create like a more, you see how it's kind of lighter here in the middle, and then on the edge is where the pigment is gathered. It's more condensed. That's how you kind of get that shading effect. So this one's still a little wet, so I'm gonna drop some water on the edge. And it just gives it a little more depth. Fills in the story a little more. I can use that to darken that back paw there. There we go. And a little more down there. We've taken a tangent. We're doing a tangent. Navi! It's a Navi. Bye, Tatiana. Or by Dino. I think Dino's leaving. Sorry. Glanced at the chat. Walking in on the middle of a conversation that I'm not a part of. Pitch meetings. Take on Avatar. Ooh. I will. I absolutely will. Yeah, I mean, I'm very proud of myself for seeing an Avatar movie. It is spectacular. It's incredibly done. Like the technology, the special effects, and blah, 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 blah. I think the part of the story I'm leaving out is, and this is the most important part, I did go see Avatar in 4DX, which is all the senses, all the sensations. It's like those theme park rides where you're watching the movie and your seat's shaking with it. It is that. You're being rocked back and forth. There's like a massage chair element, so like when people were getting shot or hit with arrows, like there's these little like things that punch you in the back, so you're just getting like punched in the kidneys while being jerked around and like clutching your bucket of popcorn, like gosh, Avatar, why would you do this to me? There's also like fog machines. The little rat effect, like little things at your feet. So if there's like little critters, like they're gonna tickle your feet. And smell. It had a smell-o-vision effect. It would release smell, only one smell. And I guess this was like the smell of what Pandora was supposed to smell like. I don't know. They seemed to deploy it every time we went underwater. But it wasn't a good smell. It was just kind of, it had an essence of gym shorts. Still moist. But it was good. It's all right. How long is Avatar? It was like 3 hours. It's 3 hours of sitting in a chair that's violently shaking you and trying to figure out what this movie is and if it's a sex thing. And if so, why are there children here at this 8:30 p.m. screening on a school night? In 4DX. You just watched a movie that's 3 hours and 47 minutes? Oh my gosh. That's a marathon of a movie. Movies should not be made that long. Okay. I'm gonna rock this. I'm gonna finish this up. Sorry, I got a little sidetracked. I got distracted by my flashbacks of Avatar and that weird guy I met in college. The smell of the theater in 4DX. All right, this is like a picture frame. But it's like one of those fancy ones. So I'm gonna like, just throw down some fanciness. Here's a little shortcut I'm gonna do because it's a sketch. We don't have to go all in on the detail. I'm just doing like the general outline of what this frame is. And then I'm gonna throw down some more pigment here on the inner edge to help give it some depth. And these fancy picture frames usually are highly detailed. If this was a painting, like a full-on bigger, more formal piece, I probably would go in and do some more of like the frame's details with a pen and really focus on like making a pattern and making it super detailed. This is the sketch. This is just a rough concept. So I'm going to let that dry, and then I might just go in with a little added texture toward the very end. But in the meantime, I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to move back to the love bugs, all right? But I'm going to come back to this. This is how I operate my sketchbook. Especially when I'm doing watercolor. Because watercolor, my favorite thing about it is when you use it in layers, it can just have like this beautiful, rich, chaotic, elegant, detailed, layered look. I love it, but it does require some drying time. So oftentimes I'll be juggling with my watercolors between 2 to 3 images or paintings. Even when I'm doing like bigger, more formal pieces, I juggle them just so that, because you'll get in the flow and you get so far and then wait for it to dry. So it's a lot of start and go, which I don't mind. I like it. I like how they look. All right. Let's do the final bits of these love bugs. I'm going to throw in some blue on the wings to fill that space. Yeah, the Valentine card design, I think it's a bit rough. I think I would have focused on more pinks. I might not have made them alien green. I don't know. What do you think? Is the alien green weird? Is it not Valentine enough? Is that dry? Okay, good. Good. Actually, I want a different brush for this part. Oops. There we go. I'm going to do the little itty bitty liner. Oh, here. In ancient Greek mythology, Pandora opened a box which released all the evils of the world. Definitely a major F up. Are you saying that making the movie Avatar is what's going to cause the rapture? Because I could see that being the thing. Kind of tracks. Ever since the first Avatar movie, look at world events. Come on. Come on. I don't think it's a coincidence. Oh, okay. Got a little blue on the back of my hand. Oops. Oops, 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 oopsies. Oh no. Seeing Sam Renz took their daughter to a 40 movie. Oh no. I could see that. I was shocked at how violently those chairs rocked. Thank goodness the people sitting next to me, one of them had been to a 4DX movie before, and they were telling their lady friend all about it and talking about how like some guy lost his entire bucket of popcorn because like the chair just lurched and it flew everywhere. And then sure enough, as soon as it started up, like I like clutched my popcorn. It just like it almost like surprises you. Like they want to be like, surprise! You chose this. You chose a 4DX movie. The chairs move. Really not a cool move. For someone who's like, I just want to like, I think it was also in the mode of like, I just want to watch a movie and eat popcorn and veg out and disappear into the chair. And 3 hours later, it was still rocking back and forth. I had a headache. I don't often get headaches. And granted, I have been getting them lately, but this one it was rough. My neck was tight. Just because you're so tense, like waiting for the next time it's gonna rock. Because it's not the most consistent either. Like, oh yeah, the worst part was there's like they also have like the little air dart, the air jets behind you that go too too too. And that was anytime somebody shot a bow or fired a gun. Even if it wasn't like done at you, because like what the amusement parks do, when amusement parks do that as a ride, the content like sets up for the effects. So it'll be like someone shoots something at you and goes right by your head. But and like there are a couple times that sort of happened in Avatar, but like for the most part, it's like this character 20 feet away, like in the distance, is firing, and like you're feeling it. I don't know, and they're not even pointing their gun at you. It was weird. It was weird. It was too much. Um, I mean, it is technology wise, incredible movie, incredible special effects, incredible uh, theme park esque fun of having the chairs move and all that stuff. It was just a lot. It was a lot. It was unnecessary. I feel like the 4DX is best for like when the content caters to it. The I don't know, the movement and all. Oh, the little like that would set me off. And like my hair was flying everywhere. I'm like trying to eat popcorn. It's like, who's spitting on me? Who's sneezing? It's a lot. It's a lot for a movie. For a 3-hour movie. You know, you hear stories of people being trapped on roller coasters, you know, and like stuck upside down for 3 hours. It was like that. Seeing Avatar 2 in 40X. I was like, I'm trapped on an amusement park ride. It's malfunctioned and now I'm stuck in it, and now something that was designed for like 2 minutes of now I'm stuck, and they're playing this weird fetish film of cat people, but like there's a lot of kids and it's strange and it's a little preachy, and now they're killing some harmless space creatures, and there's space Maori people. That was fun. Got some alien love bugs. And I wanted... I would absolutely do your laundry. A Valentine card. I love bugs, willing to do laundry. Maybe like this one's got... I was going to put little like laundry in its tiny little claws, but and then I'm looking at them, it's like they're not wearing anything. So maybe it'll be like this fuzzy part. They just like wear little fuzzy belts. That's it. That's my concept, and I'm sticking with it. No, you should really go watch it. You should really go see Avatar 2. I couldn't get behind it. It was just so much. It was so much. I don't know. I have notes on like the fantasy of integrating with an indigenous culture and becoming their chief and taking a beautiful indigenous wife and just still that whole thing. I'm really, for a movie that really indulged in glamour shots of the world and the nature and the creatures, and maybe this is more in the first movie, and if so, I apologize, but I just really feel like when it came to the characters, like I didn't see like much of the Na'vi and how they engage. Like one thing that was bothersome was like, where are all the women at? Because they're all like either mothers or pregnant warrior mothers. You know, you get the sense like if we have like this beautiful indigenous community and culture and like species, like you don't see like the women gathering and doing the things they would and building that community and being like the heart of the villages and the tribes and the I don't know, it just felt weird. It felt weird. It felt very weird. It was like a Mary Sue novel for boomers. That's what it is. It's the equivalent of a Mary Sue for boomers. It's just, yeah. Yeah. Apologizing to the whales. We would all like to apologize to the whales. Sorry. We're all in blue. Love it. Are we dead yet? Oh, that's such a good line. Where are all the white women at? Here we are. Here's our beautiful cat. And these are all going to be roses. Oh gosh. I kind of want to do it in a very sketchy illustrative style because again, this is the sketchbook. This is where the concepts are being birthed. This is not necessarily for me. I'm really in a new media world trying to be gentle with myself in my sketchbook and love it for what it is and be intentional and know that it doesn't have to look perfect and gorgeous and beautiful and be so Instagrammable. It's a sketchbook. So I'm here keeping it sketchy. And I kind of want him to be saying, he's going to be saying something. I want to give him a little word bubble. You know what? Look at all this black. I'm going to do a little thing that I call palette cleansing. So sometimes in my sketchbooks, if I have like an unfinished page or if I'm just feeling like I want to make something but I have no general idea, one game I like to play with myself, I call it palette cleanse. So like all these like obscure, weird little mixed pockets of color I'll grab and then just throw into my sketchbook, usually on huge pages or over things I don't like. So yeah, right now I'm going to kind of clean up some of this. These are mostly black, but there's some brown in here. There's some obscure colors. Grab some of this green. Just make it a little more dynamic, a little more interesting to look at. We use that to fill our background. Being very careful not to do the edges quite yet because it's, oops. Oh. Okay, that's dry. It'd be nice to keep it smooth. But hey, it's Friday. We don't need to be perfect on Friday. Monday through Friday, don't need to be perfect. And Saturday's your day off, and Sunday you're not even supposed to do anything. So, yeah. We don't need it to be perfect. Just good enough perfect. Like, got the idea perfect. Oh, man. The whole reason I initially started painting in this background was because I wanted a word bubble right here. I wanted the cat to be saying something. So I was going to just leave that white. And here we are. Doesn't have to be perfect. So now that intention is gone and we carry on. We move forward. We just come up with a totally different plan. I don't even know what I was going to have it say. Yeah, the cat was going to say something like, oh, a masterpiece, or the next Mona Lisa. I don't know. It was going to say something clever and fun, and people would be like, ah! And I'd be like, ah! And then you'd be like, ah! And your kids are like, ah! And everyone's like, ah! And, you know, we all party on my private island, but that's not happening now, and that's okay. We can pivot. Yes. I do. This is all so wet down there. All right, well, maybe the style of this one is there is an outline around this cat. There's just going to be a little white outline. So if that's the case, I do still want it to pop for contrast's sake. For the love of contrast. I love contrast. Oh, shoot. All right, well. And ideally the line, the white highlight would be consistent in width, but that's not happening. It's going to have a little more of a messy, fun vibe to it. This is the process. This is how it goes. This is where I just throw ideas at the wall and see what sticks, what works, what looks like garbage, what's doable. All right. And with this guy, I'm just gonna really sharpen the edges of the frame of this masterpiece. Yeah. And see, this is where you kind of chisel out the details. This gold, this ochre, that's the, once again, that yellow, easily overpowered. Especially if you're using black. I mean, this is mostly black and gray, but, you know, this is like this is gray at this point. It's not super dark, and yet it still takes over this yellow color. Whereas if I use something a little, like if I use like some of the darker blues here, it wouldn't be as bright of a contrast. There we go. And I do like how smooth that blending is, and now I'm going to ruin it. You know, but maybe this cat lives in an old house. Maybe the plaster is kind of coming off the walls. Oh, and I did say I wanted to go in with something darker just to add the texture of the frame design. This doesn't have to be super, I just want to give the impression that it's one of those molded frames, you know? They might have like patterns and stuff all over. Trying to keep it somewhat even, but again, we are in a sketchbook. So there's a little bit of that. Yeah. Not the best blending on this cat here. Kind of dried in some weird ways. I would have liked it to be like more smooth, like the painting, but maybe it's one of those examples where the painting just makes the cat look way better than it looks in real life. Because the artist knew it's doing a portrait, you got to make it flattering. Wow. Okay, that's still very wet. Oh no, that's still, the tail's wet. Oh man. All sorts of problems with this cat. Well, I guess I'm outlining him down here. I'm gonna really accent the eyes. I wanna make those bigger. Woo. Yeah. Got a little shine there, a little glare. I'll do the same up here. This cat loves himself. All right. Sit. You know, I might do, I kind of want to do the background a little darker. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get real picky with this one. Do I have a flat brush? No, I don't. Okay. Well, let's see just how dark we can get this. You know what? I'm going to be bold. I'm going to use the big guy. What I love about this brush is it's so huge, and yet it's got a tapered edge that's a little, I think it's like a teardrop. So you can get some real fine precision out of such a massive brush. Cover a lot of ground and still workshop it. I think this is like, these three brushes are the ones that I've been pretty consistently using for almost every painting. This is my team here. I feel that's how it always goes. No matter how many brushes I have, I usually stick to using like the same 3 of them for every piece. Maybe a 4th. Alright. Yeah, I'm just throwing in the green on this for no reason other than it's there. Gives it another little extra dimension. I don't know if the camera's picking it up exactly, but you know, in person where you can see like a little more of the nuance between the colors, it gives it a little life. You know, if you're, let's say like, you know, if I was doing like a painting of a night sky, you know, I'd probably do a little black with like some blue, you know, make it a more blue night sky, or purple. And I think that just, if you're wanting to do something that's more colorful and rich feeling, that nuance can really help out, as opposed to if you do just straight black. That also works, but now you're getting like a gray feeling, a gray vibe, a gray energy. It might be a little more drab, which is also good if that's what you're going for, if that's your intent. I like this. I'm glad I did this second layer. It's like that first layer was a primer, which is also very helpful if you're doing darker, like if you're doing a large plane of color like this black background, but you're carving around precise characters. If you do a lighter layer first, like what I just did there, it was a gray, and now we got like this black, this like deep, rich black on top of it. 2 benefits to that. 1, it will be more vibrant. This background color now just has a lot more vibrance to it. It's more rich because you've like built up the layers. So that top layer, it's sitting on a primer, so it's going to have more of that saturation. The pigment's just right up there. It's not as soaked into the paper. And 2, you're carving around characters, so that lighter layer, it kind of like creates the barricade of like where that page will go. Not saying that it won't create a full line that you can't cross with the second layer, but it does. I find like if you do it right and you let like, you make sure everything's totally dry, it's still like, it makes it easier to find that edge to me. And then also, that lighter layer is a test layer. So if you step over the line or make a mistake, you can kind of fudge it a little more before you put in darker colors that are a little more set and obvious. Voila! It is done. I'm gonna blow my nose. We had such a good time, didn't we? It was a good sip and sketch. Let's see if we can't. Just give you a full shot of this one. Boom. Tons of fun. There we are. Oh no, Man in Hell is stuck in hail, trying to get their tablet to work. I'm so sorry. Don't you have white paint and a pen nib? Yeah. Well, okay. These are my pen nibs and I can't get the tin open. Do not come in here and help me. I can do it myself. I put my nibs in a tin. I thought that was going to be a good idea because I have my handle here. I do have white paint. I have white pens. I've got this Posca pen. I might do a whole video on white pens because I have a couple of them and I found some of them are garbage. At least for my purposes, but they can help. And with watercolor, I feel like I was trained as a young artist to do to focus on leaving the white of the paper for white. That's just like a very traditionalist way of doing it. Not mandatory, but that's just kind of how I was brought up. And I have found if, like, let's say on this on this edge here by the ear on this side, the background clips through this white outline and makes contact with the ear. Same on the tail here. So that would be something that I would go through with like a pen or paint to touch up if this was a more formal piece. Although I would say like you'd probably have to be careful with that. My experience in the past is sometimes that white doesn't necessarily match with the paper, so then it looks very obvious, so then you have to like fill in the whole white outline, and then it's like, okay, well, I might as well be painting with white on top of this, which is also doable, which is also fine, not illegal. You're not in trouble if you do it. White acrylic paint is also great if you do watercolors, but you want like that white, the ability to add like white highlights, or I would use them for stars a lot of times if I was doing a sky in watercolor, and then I just take white acrylic paint and splatter it and dop it. And acrylic and watercolor is pretty similar. They're both water soluble. You can water down acrylics so they look like watercolor. They're just different chemical makeups, slightly different effects. And that's fun facts about watercolors. What do you think, guys? Did you enjoy this? I think I'm gonna start wrapping up for the day here. If you enjoyed what you watched, let me know in the comments in the chat. Let me know what you want to see for future sip and sketches coming up here. And if you want to show some of your love and support, you can tip me via the super chat here. Any little bit is appreciated. I also have Venmo at Mary Doodles if you want to tip me directly. You can also just subscribe and watch my videos because that's the biggest tip of all. There's also art tips amongst what I've been making and creating. I recently did a sketchbook video. I don't know if anybody saw it. It's my first video in a long time outside of playing with shorts. And I think I want to do more stuff like that. I've got a studio vlog on my agenda once this room is 1 week away from being put together. And then I want to share with you Studio 2.0 and the space and the room and the story of it coming together. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, and there's new designs in my spring shop which I believe there should be links here on the YouTube world. Otherwise, I'll be posting some on the community post. All that good stuff. Thank you, Big Stretch. Mwah! Thank you for the super chat, love. Mwah. Hee-hee. Oh, and also Valentine cards. I've been thinking of making downloadable Valentine cards this year for this season. I don't know if that's something people want. Let me know. I might put up a poll for things and stuff. And then what was the other thing? Oh yeah, and then Art Walk is coming up in April. Live event. More info on that later. But if there is live stuff or like arts festivals or fairs in your area that you're like, hey, this is pretty cool, you might want to check it out. I'm always down for finding new things to do. Hey, thanks Big Stretch for posting that link there. I'm going to pin it to the top. So yeah, you can find some new merchant designs there. And yeah, I think that was it. Oh, thank you, Risa. Negative space. It's all about the negative space. Oh yeah, for a thought bubble. Yeah, I was going to do, my initial plan for this cat was, right here was going to be just negative space and he'd be like saying something. That's all right. It's actually just, it's not often in my sketchbook that I do these big swatches of filled color. I mean, it's, a lot of it is blank line art, minimal, well, these are, a lot of these are works in progress, but you know, it's very, so far this book has been very sparse, so it's kind of fun having like a sketchbook page that's boom, color. I love that. Thank you, Man and Hale. Thank you, Canadian Girlfriend. Thank you, Erica. Thank you for the super chat love. Thank you, Are We Dead Yet? Thank you, Big Stretch, for modding, for helping. And Tatiana, goodbye. Love you. Thank you, Batsbug, for being here. I'm going to be signing off, and I'll see you next week, Doodlebugs. I'll see you same time, same place, 10:10 a.m. Pacific time next Friday. And yeah, I might put up a community post for like poll on like what we want to see, if we want to do watercolors, if we want to do sketchbook. I'm putting together, starting out on some collections of images for the art walk, and maybe y'all can lend your suggestions and support and coming up with some of the themes for that. I kind of love like the idea of like, I have several collection ideas for what could go up there. It might be kind of fun to do like a Doodlebug one where it's like, I mean, you see the ideas that come out of this when like y'all get in the chat and feed me ideas. So that's where I'm thinking it might be fun to do like a big hive mind collection of whatever, like anything and everything that comes out of the Sip and Sketch. But yeah, anyway, thank you for joining. Mwah. I'll see you next week, Doodlebugs. Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.